a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
The bits, the bits, the bits, the bits, the bits.
Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Charlie.
And Robert? I'm so confused. What is happening here? Who am I?
Who are you? I think that is, Espinal said it best. Who am I? Who am I? What are you even saying? I'm the loser of the game. You didn't know we were playing.
Amazing.
But you know what game we are playing?
What game are we playing?
We're playing unofficial, amateur wrestling.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this.
And hey, guess what? We're tag teaming with... Who are we tag teaming with?
The King of Cabbages! That's me, Zach. I gave myself a wrestling name.
The King
He's
of
here.
Cabbages.
The King of Cabbages, yeah.
Honestly, that's pretty fun. You got King of Cabbages. I'm the damn Meme Patriots is a terrible wrestler name. Charlie would be... Are you just Green Pixie 12? Is that your wrestler name?
Yeah. I'm just like Tinkerbell, but like as a wrestler.
The Green Pixie, yeah.
Listen, I just like come out in my Tinkerbell suit and then... and then you see the muscles.
I come out with like a big like royal paunch, like I've got like a big belly, like because I'm a big like lavish king. And then
I'm
somebody
imagining the love child between the cabbage merchant and King Boomy.
then somebody punches my big belly and all the cabbages spill out.
My cabbages.
Then I use them as projectiles.
You're made of cabbage.
I am made of cabbage. That's the twist, is that I'm the king of the cabbages because I rule over the cabbages, because I am a cabbage. I'm their rightful leader.
This is canon.
Hey, so King of Cabbages, tell us who you are and why you're here.
Hey, I'm Zach. I'm a friend of these two knuckleheaded nerds.
Yeah, you have a podcast about cabbages.
Yeah, I do a podcast about cabbages. It's about, the leafy greens and, the cruciferous family specifically of leafy greens. No, it's a podcast about Avatar, silly. We do Avatar The Last Airbender. We just finished the show, which was very exciting. We had on the Cabbage Man himself as our final guest for the season. Very, very excellent. In a few months, after we've both taken a very well-needed break, we will be starting Korra, so get excited for that. But if you never heard any of this stuff, it's like Charles Manson in that Family Guy clip. I haven't seen it; it's new to me. So go ahead and check out the channel and binge the rest of the rest of the show. I put a lot of editing work into it. It's pretty good.
We love edit. Hey, shout out to the editors.
We stand our editors.
We're the OGs.
Yeah, fuck those editors. They make me sound terrible all the time.
I'm
looking at you, Robert.
Make you sound arguably better than you make yourself sound on OTEG.
Why don't you just delete Charlie's audio off of the next 4 minutes or so of this, and we'll just
we'll just reply whatever they say, but it's not in the episode.
Fuck you.
Sometimes you just gotta exert your power.
Fuck you and your whole crew.
I can give Charlie instead. I could give them like a squeaky mouse filter or something for like 4 minutes.
I like that. That's good.
I'm pretty sure that Mickey Mouse.
I'm pretty sure that would be terrible for audience retention, listener retention. But got to commit to the bit.
And we are the bits.
Speaking of committing to the bit, today we're committing to the bit of A, our wrestler names, and B, looking at season 1, episode 9 of Steven Universe, titled Tiger Millionaire, which premiered January 20th, 2014.
Bro, we in it. We in it to win it. Tiger Millionaire. Do any of us know anything about wrestling here? Because I know nothing.
Nothing. This is like one of my favorite episodes of all time, and it's not because I'm a fan of wrestling. I just love this episode. I was like, oh, I bet like, you know, maybe they were hoping that someone was going to come on and be like, yeah, I'm a big WWE nut, and here's why this is like a big spoof on wrestling. No,
I
just
figured none of us knew anything, but
No.
I'm just like, I wonder.
I know a fair chunk because I used to be a wrestling kid, which is really funny. I made a TikTok about this once, where I was a wrestling kid until I was like 12, and then from 12 onwards, I became a Percy Jackson kid. So when Adam Copeland, aka Edge, was announced as Ares, I lost my shit. It was wild. That being said, even from my limited knowledge of when I used to watch wrestling and when wrestling used to be a little more fuck it, let's throw whatever we want at the wall and see what sticks. This episode is utter nonsense.
It's so good.
It's
got
beautiful.
it. Like so many other shows out there are like, I'm so hungry for the main plot that when they like shuffle like a dumb side episode, I'm like, just give me the main plot. But this first season, all my favorite episodes are like the weird towny episodes that have almost nothing to do with the Jones.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Robert. Oh, right, I'm supposed to do a thing here, aren't I?
I'm like, yeah, you have
Listen,
your
I
bit.
forgot. Okay.
You forgot.
But wait, Robert. First, before we get into my bit, I just want to read something. We got our first ever review on Apple Podcasts
Oh, hell yeah.
from our lovely friend Takena.
Love you, Takena. What did Takena write?
Well, the title of this review is called Spoilers Abound. Which, wow, I'm so glad that we made her watch the show because spoilers all over the place. We did spoil the pink diamond thing though for her. Oopsie. And says, I love this pod. So far the episodes are short and sweet, like the show being discussed, so it's a nice listen. I love listening to friends talk about something they love. But note, this is a rewatch show and has major spoilers right away. Please watch Steven Universe first. Can't wait to hear more deep discussions about a really fun and honestly ahead of its time show.
Very true.
I mean, if you're here for like deep talks about this show, you're here at the wrong podcast. We are two and sometimes plus silly beans who just talk about this silly gay space rock show.
I want to redirect all of your attention to another Apple Podcasts review that Takena wrote for our podcasts,
Ooh,
which
please
is
do.
and I quote, Aang crapped his pants. 5 stars.
Amazing. This is why we love her.
Yes. We stand our number one fan, please.
Number one fan. Oh fuck! What was the name of that fangirl from the Amanda Show?
Penelope Tate.
Yeah, Penelope Tate, Amanda's number one fan, please.
Oh my god.
God, talk about a throwback.
That name,
what is Amanda
like,
Bynes up to?
There's got to be like it's gonna be like a sick like rap line, like, man, if you hit me with the Tate, you better be talking about Penelope, not Andrew.
Who the fuck gave Amanda Bynes permission to be 37 years old? She's like still 16 in my brain.
I know.
She's a child. No, she is small.
She's 37. I think she has kids. Does she? Yeah, I don't know. She has siblings. She has parents. Yes, this is correct. Does she have children?
This is not the tangent we need to go on right now.
There are many tangents we could go on.
There are, but hey.
But I recommend we redirect ourselves towards the tangent of your bit.
It's not really a tangent because it's a planned bit of the podcast. I just forgot that I was doing it this episode, okay?
Are all bits not just tangents? Some are more planned out than others. Is that not what life is? Just a bunch of tangents until you die?
Robert, don't get so existential on me right now. It's not the time for it. All right. Well, let's enter the classroom gems.
Classroom gems.
We're going to talk about amethysts for however long that I can. What is this Wikipedia page? Tell me about amethysts.
Are amethysts actually purple?
They are. It's a violet variety of quartz. So
we did it, boys.
Thank you for asking, Robert. They are in fact purple or violet. Hey, we're going back to my Greek stuff here. Hey,
Correct.
it's almost like it's a crossover. In case you missed it,
But
but not actually, because it's just Greek words.
I feel like anytime you say in case you missed it, it has to be followed with but
Well, you did it for me, so I didn't have to.
you have to do it too, and Zach has to do it too, so I can edit it.
Amazing. So the name comes from Greek. What is it? It just means not intoxicate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's just it. It just means not intoxicate. Because the stone is believed to protect its owner from drunkenness.
Yeah, so the next time I go to the club or the bar with some friends, I'm just gonna put a fucking amethyst in my pocket so I can't get drunk.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? That'd be pretty rad. I can't lie.
Yeah.
This is
That'd
it.
be pretty cool.
The ancient Greeks wore amethyst and they carved drinking vessels from it because they believed it would prevent intoxication.
Okay, I need to look and see if there
What
are
the
amethyst
fuck?
like if there's amethyst cups, because if there are, I'm buying one. There are, and I'm gonna buy one right now. Live on air.
This is hilarious to me, seeing as like,
Oh no, never mind. These are a lot of money. Oh god, I am not spending $150 for a teacup.
yeah, it's a fucking jewel encrusted cup. What do you think it's gonna cost?
$160, $100. Who the fuck gave them permission to charge accurate prices for something made out of amethyst?
This is just so funny to me, seeing as like how I don't know if it's just like in general, but I always associate Dionysus with the color purple. Like Percy Jackson stuff and also OSP do this too, where
Yeah,
he's
and
just
Hades.
like purple man. Hades too, like
Yeah, Hades is purple.
purple is his color, and then amethyst is like, nah, no drunks here, actually. So that's just funny to me. The gemstone that like would fit his vibe, he can't wear it because then he wouldn't be drunk.
It'd be really funny if Dionysus, the god of wine, would what's it called? Just you touch him with an amethyst, and it's like kryptonite for Superman. But instead of like weakening his powers, is just he can't get drunk, which I guess would be like weakening his powers.
That was that's Zeus's secret punishment to him at the camp is he has like an amethyst choker or something, and he can drink wine, he just doesn't do anything for him.
It just tastes like really bad grapefruit juice.
Yeah, it tastes like really fucking bitter like bug juice.
Maybe that's actually what Zeus uses so that he can't get drunk while he's at Camp Half-Blood. He's forced to wear amethyst.
Well, no, in Camp Half-Blood, he's like actually bound.
Robert, I'm making headcanons. Okay, so what else do we got here? It was used by the ancient Egyptians. Oh, they engraved these gems and like carved on them. They're very pretty. Look up these what are they called? Just intaglio. This is not English. Engraved gems. Just look up these engraved gems. They're fucking pretty. Do. Also, medieval European soldiers followed the ancient Greeks, and they used amethyst they wore it in battle. They thought it would heal people and keep them cool-headed. So it's preventing drunkenness and also, I don't know, craziness in battle. Sure. What is up with this? Why is there so much like drunkenness with amethysts? I have questions.
Because people would I don't know, hey, let's go out and have a rager. It's okay. We'll just put some amethysts in our drinks. Like, no big deal. We won't get drunk. And then
I feel like there has to be there's some like depraved fool out there who is making a barrel of jungle juice and he's just like putting amethyst in everyone's cups. He's like, you won't get drunk if you drink with this cup. And the extra joke is that good jungle juice does not taste like alcohol, but it is 90% alcohol.
Oh, this is so funny to me. Okay. So Anglican bishops wear a ring with amethyst in it so they don't get drunk. I presume that's off of like the blood of Christ, so they don't get drunk off that. What? This is so funny.
Challenge mode. Go to your local church, attend the service, and when they start pouring out the blood of Christ, you steal the entire bottle and chug it. It's crappy like $4 wine. I know for a fact.
It's like a Family Guy bit where he's like, "That's the blood of Christ. Dude must have been wasted all the time.
Also, in ancient China, it removed negative energies and drove away hazards in daily life. Maybe this is a correct source, but I don't know because it doesn't have a source attached to it. So
Would you like to cite your source, Senator? My sources, I made it the fuck up.
yeah, this literally says self-published source? ? Who said this? Tell me. Synthetic amethysts? I don't know what that means. Why would you do that? It's just a purple gem.
Just a little purple guy.
It's just a purple guy.
You know, those purple guy means nothing to Charlie, who did not grow up a FNAF child, but I grew up a FNAF child, and the FNAF trailer
Five Nights at
released.
Freddy's. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I did see
Five
that
Nights-
trailer, yeah.
the Five Nights at Freddy's for the uneducated, Charlie. The trailer dropped today, and neurodivergents have won. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I'm glad. I'm also neurodivergent, but I never did the thing. So yeah, we got more ancient Greek stuff. Okay, some random French dude invented a myth, like in the 1500s,
Mm-hmm.
where Bacchus pursued a maiden named Amethyst.
What if it was this, like Steven Universe Amethyst? What if canonically the Greek and Roman gods exist in Steven Universe, and Bacchus tried to fuck our Amethyst?
That'd be so funny. It's also funnier because it's like amethyst, but with an E at the end, because fancy and French.
You mean horrible and French,
Yeah.
or just horrible?
But okay, it continues. So she wanted to remain chaste. She refused him. She made a prayer to Diana, our Artemis gal, who does not do the sexy. And Diana transformed her into a white stone. And then what happened? Bacchus poured wine on the stone, dyeing it purple. Oh my god, this is so stupid. This is so funny. I don't know. Oh, there's also variations of the story, but like that's so weird.
It's an ancient myth. Of course, there's going to be variations of the story, and it's an ancient myth made up by a French man.
It's not an ancient myth. That's the thing. It was made in like 500 years ago.
That's ancient enough. Do you consider 500 years ago to be modern?
Bro,
It's a
I
modern
consider 1975 to be ancient history. Okay, like
How about this? It's not ancient Greece as we know it.
Where do we stand on 1997? Is that ancient yet, or is that still good?
no, I was alive then, so it's by default
That's like
not
5 minutes
ancient.
ago.
Yeah. We were all collecting Pogs and Furbies, and life was good.
I was born.
You were born, and then the timeline shifted.
We were teaching our Furbies to say awful swear words and all kinds of stuff.
I mean, what else do you do with Furbies other than make them say swear
No,
words?
you make them hate criminals. That's what you do to Furbies.
Oh, God. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, both of you.
Okay, we have a couple last things here. Tibetans consider amethyst sacred to Buddha. They make prayer beads
Yeah.
with it. In the Middle Ages, it was a symbol of royalty, which makes sense. Purple, and that was like the color of like wealth, right? That was the thing. Oh my goodness, what is this? The highest grade amethyst. You know what it's also called? It's called Deep Russian. Why? Why?
Is that why it's called a Russian salad? Because it's like a purple color?
What does that mean?
A Russian salad is like, it's pretty much if you took a potato salad and you just added beet color to it. It's pretty good, but it's like very reddish purple, as beets are.
Good to know.
That's how we'll get some vegetables into Charlie. We'll give
No.
them some
No
salad.
thanks. No, I don't like salad.
Charlie, it has potato.
Amethyst is also sensitive to strong heat, and it'll lose its color. In light, in prolonged heat or light. It's a gem. I don't know a lot about gems, and I'm still learning how to do this segment. So
I mean, listen, you gotta fail 100 times, and if it takes you 100 times to get good on the 101st time, then I will respect you more.
I don't think we have 100 of these episodes because I don't even think we have 100 types. No, 100 types of gems.
Well, you know what, Charlie? Get all your so-so. Holy shit, I can't fucking get all your so-so gem facts and stuff out now, so that later on they can be perfect and great. Because practice makes perfect.
You know what? Practice makes perfect.
Ha.
I'm just here to tell you weird shit, and ignore all the sciencey facts because I don't know shit about them. I just like looking at the gem stuff and being like, how does this relate to the character in the show?
Probably very broadly.
You know, does this relate to Amethyst? Is she not drunk? Is she absolutely never able to get drunk?
I think out of all the crystal gems, Amethyst, I would argue, is probably the one you could be like, she's drunk sometimes. But also, not me. I do not want to make fun of those who have the drinky problems. That's bad.
I just pose a question. Are gems able to get drunk? I feel like not.
I feel like any character that has a healing factor, and technically speaking, the gems do have a healing factor, quote unquote, but I feel like any character that has a healing factor has difficulties getting drunk.
I think the problem is that their bodies are made of light. Like they don't actually have digestive systems.
I mean, whatever the fuck Amethyst has.
Okay, but so okay, I sorry, I snapped, I phased out during your Wikipedia reading, and now I'm back. I'm back. But so holograms in the holodeck of Star Trek, right? They're made of
Mhm.
light, but presumably the characters in there, they can eat food, they can smell things, they can taste. Like there is food in the holodeck that is made of light that can be eaten. So yeah, there's precedent for gems being able to get drunk. Is I think what I'm saying.
We are missing out on the most prime example, which is Plankton eating holographic
Meatloaf.
meatloaf. When am I gonna get some real food? Mr. Krabs gets to eat real food. Look at his daughter; she's as big as a whale.
She's adopted.
That's not the
Did
joke,
you both hear about this drama that blew up on Twitter like a few days ago about there's a clip of SpongeBob where SpongeBob is sent by Mr. Krabs to like spy on Pearl's sleepover, and there's this scene where this like girl sponge shows up, and she's like, I'm girly teen girl from Elsewhereville, and she's like, oh really, huh? Yeah, I know it's you, SpongeBob. And then like the girl runs off crying, and then SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs pull up, and like SpongeBob's like, oh was she ugly? Like the joke being, this person, for all intents and purposes,
Was not SpongeBob?
Pearl, they had no reason to not assume that this was SpongeBob. This person looked exactly like SpongeBob, but with long hair. But like people are saying, oh well, Pearl was very presumptuous, and what's worse, she misgendered a girly teen girl, and it's like, yeah, but girly teen girl also showed up to a random person's house expecting to just like crash a sleepover. Like what? Was she stalking Pearl? How did she know that Pearl was having a sleepover and just randomly show up to her house? And it's like, I don't know. Twitter just took this and like made it way too in depth.
This is why we don't use Twitter anymore.
I'm sorry for this tangent. We're talking about Steven Universe,
right? Maybe.
Charlie, do you have any more things you want to say about Amethyst?
She's a character in the show.
I think that's I'm calling the end of the the cabbage or the Amethyst Wikipedia.
All right, which means we can go on to the Steven Universe Wikipedia, the fandom, woo! And we can talk about how this episode begins with the gems
what was
returning.
This episode? Yeah, what the fuck was it?
We can talk about how the gems are returning from a mission, and they fought some kind of gunk monster.
Yeah. They call them blood polyps. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Sounds gross.
And like the gunk that's on Steven, they're like, oh, you got to get it off of you before it hardens. And Steven's rushing to the fridge. Why is he rushing to the fridge?
Yeah, is he going for like a bottled water? Is he going to pour it on himself or something? He's like, hang on, I have to wash, but I guess first I'll get a snack.
You see blood polyp on the plot, but it doesn't have a clickable page. So that's not helpful. I want to know what this means. What is it?
I think the blood polyp were the friends we made along the way.
Okay, cool. Also the fact that the gems just kind of like leave him there after they have this like Pearl is angry at Amethyst. Amethyst is angry at everyone, and she storms off. And then the other gems like leave, and Steven is just there all night in his little hardened shell of blood polyp. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like literally the sun sets and it cuts to Steven literally sleeping in the shell.
Guys, you are caring for a child.
Yeah, but like it's just this is another great little there's so much great sort of character building here where Amethyst, Pearl, and Garnet are very clearly like alien beings who don't understand the concept of biological life. Even to this point, still don't completely understand the concept of biological life. And they're just like, so what? We have to like feed it and like take care of it? Like, wait, so are you saying that if we don't give this thing food to put in its mouth, that it will die? That doesn't sound right. That can't be right. That doesn't make any sense.
They should have like tested this on plants first. Like give them a plant before you give them a boy. You know?
Start with a pet rock.
Somehow, some way, the pet rock still dies.
Actually, they are the pet rocks. Tell me
I don't
I'm
think
wrong.
it's right to.
Are they
I don't think it's right to call them pets.
They are the pet rocks. Okay.
So instead of crystal gems, they are the pet rocks.
Actually, you know what? Let's take the show and twist it around and describe it in the way a Pixar movie would. This is when the pet rocks instead have pet humans. And that's what Steven Universe is. The rocks have pet humans.
Yeah, I guess if you gave them a pet rock, they would be insulted. They'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, how dare you?"
I don't know. I feel like
It's like Goofy owning a puppy.
Okay, stop.
Mickey Mouse has a dog.
Mickey Mouse has a dog, but Goofy also a dog. How work that? Anyway.
It's just two of Mickey's best friends are dogs. I don't see how it's so confusing.
So, like, what happens if you just put, like, googly eyes on a rock and you gave it to the crystal gems? Would they just, like, cry and be like, this poor defenseless gem?
They'd be like, how dare you?
I still want to know what they think about what the candy rings with the gems, the candy gem rings. Y'all
Ring
know what I'm
pops?
talking. Yes, ring pops. What do they think about them?
Probably nothing, because they can't. Maybe Amethyst likes them because she can eat ? But I don't think the other gems would really care.
I'm just saying.
What are you saying? So eventually Steven tips himself over and breaks out of the hardened glop.
Yeah, it just easily shatters when he hits the ground. Like, he probably could have done that hours ago. Maybe that's why the gems didn't help, because they were just like, he'll break out of it.
Listen, Steven is a himbo, okay? He doesn't...
Very much so.
No. He doesn't understand.
He's a Hufflepuff.
So he follows Amethyst, who is like, you know, doing her double life thing. She's Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like, like Batman or Spider-Man. That's what she's doing.
But it's a fame double life, so it's Hannah Montana-esque, you know?
Yeah.
This was also like the gems are still just like constantly at each other's throats. They're like three roommates who just can't get along.
So she's like a thief in the night. Steven's following her. Run. Where?
Steven's
what the fuck?
swallowing her? What?
I said following.
God. I swear to God.
Robert, you know that's not what they said.
Oh, I know that's not what they said, but I gotta commit to the bit, and the bit is I bully Charlie.
The bit is you let me get on with this fucking podcast.
But what if I interrupted it 40,000 more times? I mean, actually, you know what? That's bad for me because I'm the one editing it. So no, let's rush through this, please and thank you.
Yeah.
Amethyst is a wrestler. What? No way. Who would have seen that coming?
I almost said codename. Wrestler name, the Purple Puma.
Yeah, the Purple Puma.
The fight that we see her have, the first one we see, is against Ronaldo, who is the Loch Ness Blockster.
So much.
The Loch Ness Blogster.
And he's just got like a snake head on top of him. He's culturally appropriating Sneeple right now. Which he believes to be a thing.
For the youngins listening to this, okay, blogging used to be a thing where you would get
Tumblr still exists and is apparently gaining popularity again because people are leaving Reddit. I love how all the social medias are dying.
But Tumblr is still alive. Tumblr will never die. Except like the 5 times that it did, but it still came back. Like it never actually died.
Yeah.
People left because the female nipple. and other such things. But, it's still around.
Yeah, so Purple Puma beats the shit out of Loch Ness Blogster. I'd argue maybe she should have hit him some more ? Just beat up Ronaldo.
Just
Please
beat
and
up
thank
Ronaldo,
you.
please. I don't need him in this show,
Bird.
actually. There's a bird.
Burb.
I
Hello.
love
Oh
the bird.
god.
Back.
Bombastic side eye from the Burb.
Rory is my favorite podcast guest. Okay.
I thought I was your favorite podcast guest.
No, you're my favorite podcast host.
You heard it here first, folks. I'm Charlie's favorite podcast host.
Yes.
They didn't say co-host though.
Yeah. Amethyst was a wrestler, and then what happens? Steven confronts her right after she beats the shit out of Ronaldo.
Yeah, by putting his arms around her and being like peekaboo or whatever, and she flips him, and I'm like, yeah, no, start punching him more. Punch him more.
Wait, did he do the same move that that he does to Garnet? Like, isn't that the same thing that he does to her in the Garnet's Universe episode?
Maybe.
With, like, putting his hands over her eyes? Yeah.
Isn't that where he's like, guess who? And she's like cutie pie or something like that? I forget the exact joke.
Yeah. Yeah, plot twist. Amethyst is Batman, actually. Bruce Wayne, who? No.
Bruce Wayne, more like Bruce Lame.
I never seen Amethyst and Batman in the same room together, so I think maybe she's Batman. So Steven and Amethyst are gonna tag team.
They're gonna team up.
He's gonna be the Tiger Millionaire, and she's gonna be Purple Puma.
And this is what I love is like she's like, all right, well, what's your wrestling name? And we get the quintessential like difference between two ideologies when making a D&D character is like Steven gets his stuff and he's like, oh, so my name's Purple Puma, or my name's Tiger Millionaire. I am a class and race description. My backstory is in the minds of whatever. Like goes into this big detail, and then it cuts over to Amethyst, and she's like, "I'm a barbarian. I hit stuff good. I grew up in a tribe that's also good at hitting stuff good."
Amazing. Yeah. God, did they not have they should have had a D&D episode here. Did they not have a D&D episode of Steven Universe?
We did not have it. We never had a D&D episode of Steven Universe.
How fucking dare.
Yeah, you'd think that Ronaldo would have like invited them over for a game of D&D or something.
I swear there's a video game episode, is there not? Or like an arcade episode?
Yeah, it's like literally the next one, I think. Or the next one or the one after.
There's a bit 2 episodes.
It's where they go to the Funland arcade in what's it called? Rehoboth Beach, Maryland, which is a real place. It's not named in the show, but it is very clearly the inspiration for Beach City.
Good shit. Yeah, so Steven has a backstory. The fact that he's like, I'm gonna be a tiger, but like a millionaire. And she's like, I'm gonna be a puma, but purple.
So when we say eat the rich, do we also include Tiger Millionaire?
Yes, we do. Because god damn it, Steven made a fucking asshole eat the rich. Especially Tiger Millionaire.
Especially Tiger Millionaire.
I just love it.
Yeah.
Like that they're doing something right when they're like, all right, Steven, think of the worst villain you can possibly think of. And Steven's like, I know, I'll be a millionaire. And we're like, do I taught you right?
I think the problem here is that he also chose a tiger. And this is just proof that people think that tigers are evil. Tigers are not evil. Tigers are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're my favorite animal, actually. Y'all think lions are the best and tigers are evil? No, tigers are also awesome.
Charlie, that's great because I actually got 3 fully grown tigers shipped to your house to surprise you because I knew that it was your favorite animal and for this episode. They're downstairs in your living room right now.
You know what? That's fine. If I were to die hugging a tiger, I'd be okay.
You'd be like what's her name from Ghosts? He tried to hug the bear.
Wait, that's me. Actually,
Flower.
Flower, that's me.
Yeah.
Reasons why I won't watch Tiger King is because I actually like tigers as an animal.
Mm.
I mean, the tiger part of Tiger King is not the problem.
It's the
It's
part, it's the king part.
It's the king part.
I mean, the mistreatment of the tigers is definitely a big problem.
Though the only queer character in the show, or I'm sorry, the only trans character in the show gets their arm bitten off by a tiger.
Yes.
That's
Yes, I
transphobic.
remember this.
But what Stephen was also trying to decide between something and the tiger. What was it? He looked at the little tiger mask and then something else, and we could have gotten. I wish I had written it down, but it went so fast.
It's funny, as I'm sure the amethyst was just pulled the name out of her ass. It was like she showed up to the first day and didn't even have a name yet, and they were like, "Oh, who are you?" And she was like, "I don't know. I need a name. A purple a puma, sure." But Steven was like, "All right, well, Puma's a cat, so I need to be within that theme and really careful consideration here. Like Steven's creativity on full display. Such a fun character, Tiger Millionaire.
I love this boy. I support him.
We stand a good boy, Steven.
They go and they do their thing. They're gonna win the tag team belt, and Amethyst really doesn't give a shit if Steven even wrestles.
Yeah. She's like, I'm just using you to get the belt.
You're here so that I can do this and I can get another thing. So hey.
And I love that Steven shows up and Sadie's like, I don't know, from here he kind of looks like Steven. And Laura's is like, come on, no way. There's no way that wrestler is one of the 15 people that live here. Come on.
Literally, there's only so many people in this city.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to mention the different wrestling names as well. We got the what are they called? The building guys. We got Concrete Heat and Chunk Truck.
Aren't they the good-looking boys?
Oh, that's the next fight.
Or the good-looking gang.
Yeah, the good-looking gang, Dashing Danny Duber and Handsome Hank Hackelschmidt.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck?
Love it.
Oh my god. I love these things.
I mean, listen, some of the most famous wrestlers have names like The Undertaker, Batista the Animal,
The Rock.
fucking The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. You got.
You know who my favorite crystal gem is? It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson, actually.
Shut your fucking face hole.
I wonder what they think about The Rock.
Okay, so as someone who was in improv in college, I know, cringe. The thing about improv that is so important is supporting each other in bits, is never tearing down anybody else's thing. So like if someone says, oh my god, there's a giant flying saucer up in the sky, you're not allowed to just be like, oh no there isn't, it looks like it's just a cloud. Like you have to be like, oh no, now the aliens are coming, we gotta get ready for them. In wrestling, that this is almost certainly true as well, because we have this great scene where Steven's like, hey, what about a bribe? Check out all these jungle bucks. And these construction characters, they know that these jungle bucks are fucking not actual money. They have to know that the jungle bucks are not real. But they're like, whoa, that would really, oh my god, that would like fully committed to the bit that just go over and like get decked by Steven's suitcase. Just brilliant. I just love it.
It's so good. It's beautiful. Yeah. Jungle Bucks. The fact we see it in like the montage of them hiding their wrestling from Pearl and Garnet, but like he made like $1 million like worth of Jungle Bucks like things. He made so many props.
$1 million note.
And then he also makes like these like newspaper props. He makes such good props, this boy.
He was destined to be a theater kid, and it was taken away from him.
He's got Hephaestus in his genes.
Well, if he's a theater kid, it's Dionysus, and it's Amethyst that's taking it away from him, you know? She's telling him, nope, we are not getting drunk here, actually. Because she's an Amethyst.
Shout out to theater kids, the most alcoholic group of people I know.
God, if that isn't the truth. And also to art kids, the most chronically cigarette addicted people I know.
Oh boy.
tied with line cooks and people who work in factories. I would know. I've done both.
Oh,
I have seen men brave literal hurricanes to get a fucking smoke. It's amazing.
Mm.
Don't do cigarettes, kids.
I wasn't going to.
You're not a kid.
Yeah, so do we love that montage of them just like trying to hide the fact that they're wrestling from Pearl and Garnet and them winning a bunch of things until they finally get to the last one. It's against the good-looking guys and they have to get the tag team belts. But first, Steven has to be an absolute dick to his fans. His one fan, actually, because the only fan that he has is Lars. Everyone else hates him, quote unquote. It's unclear.
This is the reason why this episode is it's such a favorite for me, is because like up until this point, Lars had absolutely fuck all to offer. I hated him. I was so annoyed by him. And this episode was the first one where I was like, all right, Lars is okay. This is pretty good.
He's just like, yeah, I love a guy who's awful.
He sucks because he hurt me specifically. It's like such a like memeable, repeatable thing. It's so good.
It's good. Yeah.
We love it.
So what does Steven do? Is Tiger Millionaire? He buys out all the sodas.
Steven has Tiger Millionaire has bought out their entire soda stand. Maybe he will share it with all of his thirsty fans. Oh no! And is that galoshes? This is really hard to watch.
Yeah, so how much soda did this fucking place have? That was like 10 cups.
Yeah, like really. Do they not have a giant thing of soda? Maybe not. They do have like they do this in like a blown out fucking warehouse.
Yeah.
All the soda they bought like a 36 pack from Costco, and Steven wasted a third of it.
I didn't realize that this episode and my other episode, Alone Together, like they both feature this warehouse.
Is it the same one?
I'm almost positive it's the same one.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny.
It turns out I just love abandoned warehouses. Their roofs caved in. Can't get enough.
It's the back rooms.
Oh god, Charlie, how do you know about the back rooms? You can't know about the back rooms.
Because Zach told me about them.
Zach, why would you tell them about the? Look at that face. Look at that person. You think they need to know about the back rooms?
I'm so sorry. I just
my favorite level from the back rooms is level Run for Your Life.
That's all the levels of the back rooms.
No, but there's one specific. Do you know about Run for Your Life? Just this.
I liked the back rooms when it was this creepy, eerie, liminal thing that didn't really have a thought process or name. Now that it has like 1,500 floors and every single one has its own cryptid and rules, and it's like, all right, this was cool before y'all made and when lured the shit out of it. But what's this Run for Your Life level?
It's pretty much you spawn into a level and you're getting chased by monsters for 6 miles. You have to run a 6-mile sprint to the end of the level.
Oh.
Or you die. And there are occasionally like energy bars along the way, but there's also a bunch of like hospital equipment blocking your way they have to jump over.
Awful.
Yeah, terrible. You lost me at having to run 6 miles. Just kill me right here and now, please.
Yeah, I would make it, 600 yards before having to stop and
600 yards.
I would pretend to be sick that day. Goodbye.
Well, if you pretended to be sick, you would probably die.
That's fine.
Charlie.
I'm dead. I died.
So the second he hits the sodas out of a second Lars comes over, he's like, "Hey, sign my soda," and Steven's like, "You couldn't afford it." The look on Lars's face and then the immediate expression change on Steven is it's so stark. It tells you everything you need to know. It doesn't say a word.
Steven is playing to the bit. He's doing he's acting the way he's supposed to as this character.
He's having fun with it.
But yeah, Lars takes it personally, which I mean, I get it. I understand. But also, Steven didn't know he would get so hurt. Steven
was kind of under the assumption that
Lars would like this.
Oh, everyone loves this. They're just, we all have to be tongue in cheek about the whole villain thing. We're all having a good time. They need someone to root against.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's all the bit. It's how it's supposed to go, but I'm still unclear. Are they rooting for him or are they not now?
It's a weird thing in wrestling entertainment where you have to make a villain and like the purpose is to have that person hated, but also, you spend a couple of weeks rewriting the story. A month from now, that will be the most loved character that goes out in the match.
Yeah, it's called a heel.
It's just theater. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's like the in Hollywood, like stuntmen do all the stunts and then they leave it to actors to act. But in wrestling, like they do it all. They do the stunts and they act, and they do the stunts well, quite a bit better than they act. But we we still applaud for effort.
I don't know about you, man. I sometimes see those guys like when they have to pretend like they got thrown to the ground, they do like a weird flip. That's amazing.
This reminds me of a recent Bob's Burgers episode that I'm shouting out, where they like join this like low key like backyard wrestling federation, as like crustaceans or something. They're like ocean life.
I don't know, man. I still have not seen this show.
It's amazing to me how many shows Charlie has watched and how many like obscure shows that nobody knows about Charlie has watched, but Charlie has not watched much of it all. Any mainstream things
That's
that
the
people Charlie's
thing.
age should
I'm
watch.
a hipster. I tell you guys this, and you're like, "No, you're not." And I'm like, "I kind of am," and it's a problem that I have. Okay, so Steven Universe, they gotta win this tag team belts against the Good Looking Gang. Oh wait, right. There was a moment before that where Steven was like sad about what he'd done to Lars. And once again, this boy is in his underwear. And I had to point that fact out because I was just like, why are we doing this again? He was naked like 2 episodes ago. Why why do we gotta do this?
It's big vibes. What I do like is that what I love is when Garnet and Pearl like interrupt the wrestling and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, no, we're gonna put a stop to this. Why are you beating up humans? Which is like the most crucial part.
It is.
Amethyst does have supernatural powers.
But I assume she's not putting people in like actual hospitals or like, actually killing them. She could, but Ronaldo's fine ish. He's Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is a challenging character to like. There's that episode, Bloodstone, where he is insufferable. He's fucking insufferable.
Okay, that episode did something to a friend of mine so terribly because that was their gemstone.
What did it do to your friend?
Their gemstone was Bloodstone, and they were like so excited when they saw like the teaser, like, "Oh, we're gonna get a new gem for this episode."
Oh no!
Shows the image, and they're like, "Yeah!" And then it's like, it's fucking Ronaldo. They're like, "I hate everything. My life is over. This is the worst."
But yeah, Garnet and Pearl jump down and Steven essentially is like, yeah, Amethyst feels like she's not loved and that she's too crazy for the crystal gems.
Yeah.
And Garnet and Pearl are like, well, she is, but we love her anyway. And it's like, okay, all's well as ends well. I love how now they have to tag team. Like they get Garnet and Pearl in the bit where they're like, yeah, we are the notorious Order of Wrestling Haters.
Yeah. She kind of gives her the like, come on, help me out here.
Yeah, the fact that they like join in the bit is so cute.
Well, yeah, she's like, because Garnet's like, no, and even Pearl's like, well, hold on a second, I was convinced that diplomacy check worked on me, right? And Garnet's like, because we are just like plays into it. It's very, very
Yeah.
It's really funny. I love how it doesn't matter to me that Pearl didn't get a wrestler name. I love that Garnet's fucking name is Captain Square.
cute. Captain Square.
Absolutely beautiful. No notes. So they win, and yay.
And the episode ends.
The most important thing of the episode is that we end on Lars being like, I love you, Tiger Millionaire.
I love you, Tiger Millionaire. Also, when Steven is I want to point out that when Steven is giving his backstory on the microphone, for a second he misgenders Purple Puma and then corrects himself immediately, and guess what? The world didn't explode. It was totally fine.
Whoa, you're saying that like
It's almost like straight cis people are allowed to make mistakes and then correct
it's almost
them.
like you can do that and it's okay
Yeah.
occasionally.
I love you, Tiger Millionaire.
I love you, Tiger Millionaire.
Dramatically zooms up on the fucking TV.
Yeah, we get like a really well lit shot
It
too.
was
It's
a
like really well
beautiful
put together.
image of his face, actually.
You have to experience the emotion truly. You have to be there. It's sort of the same vibe as that like close up of Steven when he's saying bye to Lapis and he's like, no prob, Bob.
No problem,
Yeah. It's Lapis. That is the longest brick joke in like television history.
Bob.
Because, you know, the later on in the you know, you guys know this. I'm not breaking any new ground.
You know
here.
the thing. What is it?
Yeah, and hit the
Hit
diamond.
the diamond. Yeah.
Lapis is named Bob.
Yep.
It's the reference to this episode.
I had to explain that bit. No, I didn't explain it. I just said like out of context. I'm like, oh yeah, Lapis called herself Bob in that episode. I had to explain things to Taylor like very quickly so we could talk about the queer censoring. It was great. Yeah. Okay, well friends, we're moving along. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to the temple for Crystal Temple Trivia.
Temple trivia. Hey, did you know that Zach Allison, who is Steven's voice actor, this is his favorite episode of season 1?
I'm so happy. That's good. It's a good episode.
Zach Callison has good us Zachs. We got the best taste. I'm telling you what.
And Zach spelt with an H.
Yeah.
Because Zach spelt with a K
is blasphemy.
Yeah.
What about Zach spelled with like a Q? Zuck.
That's like from France or something. I can't comment on that.
The three genders: Zach with an H, Zach with a K,
and Zach with a Q.
I'm just imagining like Jacques, but it's with a Z. It's Zoc.
Zuck.
Jacques Le Bleu.
What about so we got what if you do double Z? That just becomes Zach. Zach.
Oh my god. Okay, so the poster of Stephen and Amethyst was actually drawn by Nick DeMeo's daughter, according to the Steven Universe Art and Origins. That's so cute. I love it.
This is one of the first episodes to hint at the fact that Sadie had feelings for Lars. After he becomes a fan of Tiger Millionaire, she appears to have gotten pretty bored of wrestling, but she still attends the matches with Lars because it makes him happy.
Oh,
she's down bad.
That's a mood actually.
Yeah, God.
Mm-hmm. All right, so then I'll go through these because I understand most of them. The primary reference is probably the professional wrestler Ted $1 Million Man DiBiase, I believe that's how you pronounce it, who was known for flaunting his wealth, being a jerk, and stuffing dollar bills in his opponent's mouth after they lost.
You don't know where those dollars have been. Those dollars are filthy.
Yeah.
Steven's outfit also apparently is a reference to Erwin R. Schister, who was Ted's partner in tag team matches.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The usage of tennis racket bears resemblance to professional wrestler manager Jim Cornette, whose signature foreign object is a tennis racket. The usage of the oversized cell phone is a reference to Paul E. Dangerously, or Paul Hyman, who regularly struck people with an oversized cell phone. And the usage of coconuts is likely a reference to Roddy Piper, who would just break a coconut over an opponent's head.
That is the only reference I recognize. I know Roddy Piper because my parents got a picture with him at a local Comic-Con. Like I think a year or so before he passed.
So yeah, Charlie, that's the vibe for wrestling, is that you got to come up with a bit. And if listen, wrestling is nothing short of just like 50 bits all thrown together.
There's also like references to the Tiger of Money. What the fuck does that mean? The YouTube video... What? The name of the episode might be a reference to a YouTube video named Namer... Haksef.
In translation from Hebrew, which means the Tiger of Money. Also, Steven called Esteban in this episode. That may refer to Esteban Jimenez, the alter ego of the Tiger of Money.
Okay.
It's references all the way down.
It is. It really is. Steven's wrestling career is continued in Tiger Philanthropist.
Amethyst has transformed into Purple Puma before in Cat Fingers, and transformed into him again in Ocean Gem, Maximum Capacity, Log Date 752, Steven Floats, Steven vs. Amethyst, Bismuth, Adventures in Light Distortion, and Tiger Philanthropist.
we already noted the cat fingers one because hey, it's foreshadowing.
Foreshadow.
This season is just the foreshadowing. It's all about it.
It's just
Constantly.
It's the vibes.
It's them vibes. 4 gems, foreshadowing.
Shut your. I hate you.
You're welcome. I tried. So, my friends, who are we giving pearl points to in this episode?
What are pearl points? Are they like experience points?
They're like which character did you like the most, pretty much?
Yeah, like who do you think earned it? I already have mine. I'd like to give mine to Mr. Smiley, who is not only the only like employee running Funland and the Funland arcade, he's also running this like late night wrestling thing underground. This man does not sleep. Ever.
This quote, circus of violence.
This man never sleeps.
I
think he needs a pro point.
I've got to give it to Lars. I got to give my pro points to Lars just because, like, he is so dedicated. He's such a dedicated fanboy that, like, even though he gets his drink swatted out from his hand, at the very end of the episode, he's come back around. He loves Tiger Millionaire again.
Yeah, he does.
We stand a good fanboy.
I want to give my pearl point to Steven's oversized cell phone prop that he used to like whack a dude. Fucking great. Love him.
Beautiful. No notes. And last but not least, we have the question.
What would your wrestler name be?
I mean, we already did that, didn't we? What would your wrestler name be? I don't know.
So yeah, like we said earlier, I mean, just because we already answered it doesn't mean like we can't pose the question to others. So we got Green Pixie, we got King of Cabbages, and we got
the damn meme
page.
I want to know, are you just like a floating page?
Yeah.
Of memes? Yes. With like, but the meme is like the Pikachu meme with a Camp Half-Blood shirt.
You could just why don't you just call yourself the damn memester?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You need the page.
Damn memester it is. Supposed to do business with you.
Fuck.
and so y'all listeners recall we do in fact like post these questions on our if you listen to us on Spotify at least, so y'all can actually answer that.
Yeah. All right. So before we wrap up our silly little show about the gay space rocks, Zach, would you like to remind everyone what you do, where they can find you, who to send money to, which supervillain you work for, et cetera, et cetera?
We are I do a podcast, My Cabbages, with my partner Alex. We go episode by episode and riff on and talk about a show we both love very, very much. We have a Patreon. It's not really up to date. There's a lot of neglect going on at that Patreon that we're trying to remedy, but for $1 it gets you access to the Discord. So Discord is fun and not neglected.
It's well worth $1. You get access to talking to us.
And we have any episodes of bonus content on our Patreon. We just don't have all that many.
Yeah, you have a couple.
But
I think.
Spend $5 for 1 month and get our bonus episodes, and then switch it down to $1 and join the Discord. You won't hurt our feelings.
Just give money.
Yeah, and like it's the Deus Ex Media Discord, so you can talk to us.
Yeah, and
you can talk to all the other people.
And I work for Lex Luthor.
I knew it.
That bald-headed motherfucker.
He pays really, really well. I'm sorry, like it's the best salary I've ever taken from a job is Lex Luthor's salary.
All right,
eat the rich.
Eat the rich. Literally eat him.
That's the episode.
Hey Charlie.
Hey Robert. Hey Robert.
If every podcast were perfect,
we wouldn't have the bits. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
You can follow this podcast socials at The Bits SU Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our Diamond line through thebitssupod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, and I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Damn is spelled D-A-M. If you want to hear more from me, check out one of my many podcasts. I have a Once Upon a Time podcast called Entering Storybrooke, a Kim Possible podcast called That's a Sitch, and an Oseman Verse podcast called The Truum Grammar Book Club.
The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like My Cabbages, an Avatar podcast that follows the true hero of the Avatar The Last Airbender series, the Cabbage Cart Guy.
Coffee, tea, honor, cabbage. Long ago, the four elements lived in harmony. Then, shit went totally cray when the Avatar attacked. Only the Cabbage Man, merchant of fine cruciferous vegetables, could stand against his trolling. But when the world needed some dank veg, he vanished. 10 years have passed, and my partner and I have started a new podcast.
My Cabbages! An Avatar podcast.
A weekly show about Avatar The Last Airbender. Whether it's Sokka's new line of cologne.
Hey, look at you, sitting there on a seal. Well, now look back at me. I'm on an even bigger seal. Now look away.
D&D related antics.
You have to make an acrobatics check for that, and Aang just like unzips his pants and whips out his d20s. He's just like, I got this.
Or randomly breaking into song.
Go bending waterfall.
We'll stumble our way through the greatest show ever made, one episode at a time.
You can reach us at CabbageCast, which is our Twitter, or
subscribe wherever you catch pod.
Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is?
This is a random thought, but I feel like you could make a really good, dumb, silly cartoon that's just about, like, the rest of the time Camp Half-Blood is just a regular camp.
Like that comic, like the My Life as a Background Slytherin. It's like My Life as a Background Demigod.
Yeah, right.
Where you're just someone who's not on the quests.
I could see Disney like doing something like that if this show goes well.
Come on. They made Bank with Bunked. Like, that's a camp show. Just do that, but like a Camp Half-Blood. Just a sitcom at Camp Half-Blood. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Deus Ex Media.